AnduinX is an idealist and a huge acolyte of Bernardo Castro. Anduin holds fast to the philosophy of Castro. One of the bizarre things about Anduin is that he doesn't present his beliefs as if they are a fact or that they can be proved. He holds that his metaphysical beliefs are the most parsimonious. So right off the bat, you're dealing with a strange situation in which he is not saying his beliefs are true, but only that they are to be preferred because they are the most in line with Occam's razor. In other words, Anduin believes idealism should be the default assumption. The first reason why Anduin's metaphysical beliefs are baloney is that he holds that the basic fact of existence is the mind. But this is clearly false. The basic fact of existence is not the mind, but existence itself. Before there can be a mind, there must be existence made manifest. The primary fact that existence is metaphysically the case rather than nothing. The cornerstone of AnduinX's belief is a cosmic consciousness, or fundamental mind that underlies the world around us. This fundamental mind is supposed to be aspatial and immaterial. This dooms Anduin's position right from the start because an immaterial aspatial being entails that this being is existentially infinite, an actualized infinity. This is because this being is understood to exist as a particular, but has no boundaries. The reason why this is impossible is because for a particular to exist, it has to be completed or qualitatively actualized. But that which has no boundary can never be actualized as a particular. So you have a metaphysical and analytic contradiction whereby an entity is said to exist and thus be definite and limited, but because it has no boundary, it is indefinite and unlimited. The second argument for why a fundamental mind or cosmic consciousness is impossible, consistent with Anduin's position, is because Anduin believes that the fundamental mind at large encompasses all things. He believes the body exists within mind rather than the mind in the body. Anduin believes that all objects in reality are just the appearance of mental activity when viewed from an external perspective. In short, Anduin reduces everything to just mentation in the fundamental mind. This means there is nothing that is not mind or reducible to mind or mental activity. That is impossible because in order for there to be self, there has to be non-self. In order for there to be mind, there has to be non-mind. So Anduin's beliefs are guilty of the fallacy of the stolen concept. His beliefs covertly assume as true what he overtly denies or tries to disprove. The concept mind has no existential validity if all is mind, since one can only conceptualize mind when there is that which is its contradistinction. Just like there can be no up, and up has no logical or existential validity if there is no down. There can be no right if there is no left. There can be no good if there is no evil. There can be no such thing as crooked if there is no such thing as straight. The second reason why Anduin's metaphysical beliefs are baloney is that his beliefs are contingent upon a semantic bastardization of what the concept mind denotes or means. This is something that Ayn Rand was excoriated for by some people. They claim she changed the meaning of words to suit her philosophy or agenda. This is what Anduin is guilty of as well. He defines the mind as that whose activities are our experiences, and reduces everything that we see around us to conscious experience, thereby reducing everything to fundamental mind and its activities. He takes the position that mind is immaterial, aspatial, and that time as we know it is not independent of mind. But this is not the objective standard definition of mind. According to Cambridge Dictionary, the mind is a part of a person that makes it possible for him or her to think, feel emotions, and understand things. According to dictionary.com, the mind is the element, part, substance, or process that reasons, thinks, feels, wills, perceives, judges, etc. Anduin's definition of mind is essential to doing away with dualism semantically by reductionism, destroying the distinctions between mentation and matter, and to fit the Kastrupian narrative that there is only one mind at large and all other minds are just alters within the fundamental mind. Another reason why Anduin's metaphysical beliefs are baloney is that he believes fundamental mind is generating his experience and also generates my experience. The fatal problem is that the mind, which is essentially subjectivity, awareness, and mentation, does not have any attributes or characteristics that can metaphysically create. And it is always confirmed and never disconfirmed in our direct experience that the mind has no causal powers outside of a material substrate. So based on reality, it is baloney to believe that an immaterial mind generates my experiences and the experience of others. The mind on its own simply does not have such causal powers in its reference. Anduin's position thereby is an invocation of the primacy of consciousness over the primacy of existence. This is an improper reversal of metaphysical primacy. From the Ayn Rand lexicon, quote, "The basic metaphysical issue that lies at the root of any system of philosophy is the primacy of existence or the primacy of consciousness. The primacy of existence, of reality, is the axiom that existence exists, i.e., that the universe exists independent of consciousness, of any consciousness, that things are what they are, that they possess a specific nature and identity. The epistemological corollary is the axiom that consciousness is the faculty of perceiving that which exists, and that man gains knowledge of reality by looking outward. The rejection of these axioms represents a reversal, the primacy of consciousness. The notion that the universe has no independent existence, that it is the product of a consciousness, either human or divine or both. The epistemological corollary is the notion that man gains knowledge of reality by looking inward, either at his own consciousness or at the revelations it receives from another superior consciousness. The source of this reversal is the inability or unwillingness fully to grasp the difference between one's inner state and the outer world, i.e., between the perceiver and the perceived, thus blending consciousness and existence into one indeterminate package deal. This crucial distinction is not given to man automatically. It has to be learned. It is implicit in any awareness, but it has to be grasped conceptually and held as an absolute. Thanks for watching.